Welcome to Mart's garage. Today's job is to try and get this body from this corner out. I'm not going to say the word tidied up because I haven't tidied up. I've kind of moved mess around. So I've moved all the stuff that was out under there, under that table. The body is sitting on that table, which is sitting on those casters. So what I'm hoping is that with a little bit of a pull, that'll just come out of there nice and easy. There's no reason why it shouldn't. That really sounds like famous last words, doesn't it? But you know, hey, let's give it a go. So I'll put the camera on the tripod and you know, let's try and get it out of there, and then eventually get it onto this chassis. Okay, so let's give it a go. Let's start by trying to get the body out. See if we can get that body out from there then, single-handedly. Well, it's partially out, isn't it? Mostly out, actually. I managed to get this hooked around this. That's why there's a white mark there. This is where this is caught on there. So it's just a bit tight there. Just about okay, actually. But you see it's a bit tight over this side, so I'm going to just pull it out very gently and very carefully. It's coming though, isn't it? Okay, there she is, there's the body. It's out. It isn't a bad body, to be honest. Looks alright. So I can't really do any more because I need to roll the chassis back and the coupe's in the way. And the coupe's covered in crap. I've got to move a lot of stuff. So first of all, you can see back there, maybe just outside, I've got the truck there. So what I'll do, I'll move the truck. Oops. I'll move the coupe. Move the 32 chassis and get the body out and get it hanging from that beam up there. But phase one of the operation is complete. I've got the body out from that corner there, so that's good. So I'll draw a line under this little clip now, because that's a good bit of progress, just pulling that out from there. No disasters, it didn't fall off the table or anything like that, so that's good. I might be able to lift it with just the engine hoist, not sure. Okay, right, I'll bring you back. I'll bring you back when there's more to show. That's your thumbnail right there. Cheers then. Just move the coupe outside and just push the chassis there, and my very first impression straight away is that I don't like that height. It's too high, isn't it? And that's a reversed eye spring, but it's got a lot of arch in it, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. But still, let's overcome, you know, let's tackle things one at a time. Haven't seen the front end from this angle before. There's a side issue. I'd kind of forgotten that I'd got this tank that I'd repaired. I don't know if it's any good or not, but anyway, I'll just put it there for now. There seems to be some sort of a clash between, you can see that it needs to come back about 3/4 of an inch, and there seems to be some sort of a clash between the tank and the chassis, so I need to work out quite what's going on there. But what I've realised is I'm not going to be able to lift the body up high enough to get the chassis underneath it. I'm going to move the body over to there sideways, then push the chassis past, hopefully, and then hopefully bring the body out to here, and then I can lift the body and then bring the chassis back, because I think it will go on that way around. Okay. I thought I was recording then, but what I've done, I've rigged up the chain hoist up there with a strap. Okay, it's only a ratchet strap, but this body isn't very heavy. Down to there. And what I'm going to do is put the engine hoist at the back there, and go through the back window and lift up somewhere near the back there somehow. Not quite worked it out yet. I'm struggling to find somewhere where I can safely attach the you know, something to lift at the back. Bit dodgy, isn't it? Hey, but hey, what are you going to do? Never do the job, would you, if you just never kind of decided, you know, pick a plan. Well, I wouldn't like to say I'm 100% happy with it. Okay. It's a shame that it's sort of gone so that this side is the low side, because this side could have done with being the high side, couldn't it? Okay. Best thing to do is get this back as quick as I can. Too close to fit, that is. think that's gone quite well considering how wrong it could have gone. I'm not sure if those bits where I've hooked the things on at the back are going to be clear of the chassis, but I'll just lower it down and deal with the, you know, what I need to deal with afterwards. I just want to get it down on the chassis. Maybe I need to put it down on a block of wood or something so I can get those things out. It's down at the front. Well, how about that then? That looks pretty good, I think. I like it. I'd forgotten how it looks, the old 32. I think it looks good. You know, it's high, but, well, they don't all have to be low boys, do they? I like it. You know I like it, and I like that exhaust as well. I think that exhaust looks good. Jalopy-ish, isn't it? It looks jalopy-ish. Okay, right. Bit of rust there, look. That's about the worst of it, to be honest. This firewall has never been out from this car. Still got the original rubber seal there. I got a punch there, look, lining it up. Everything clears the engine okay. Almost like as if it was designed to go in there. I'm glad I did those extra jobs, you know, like those jobs that needed doing before the body went on, you know, like the exhaust. That looks okay, doesn't it, down there, the exhaust going down there. So that's good, okay. I don't mind telling you, I thought that was a little bit sketchy. So, you know, you don't need to tell me. I know it was. But those straps are so handy, to be honest. And I think they were well within the load capacity. This body isn't particularly very heavy. I can't quite lift it. I could lift one end, but, you know. But, for instance, I wouldn't like to lift it just me and one other person. I wouldn't mind lifting it with 4 people. But the body's not bad. The body isn't bad at all. When you see what some of them look like, I mean, look at the amount of dust on it. This is where I welded it here. It was fatigued. This body didn't have too much rust out on it, but it did have a fair amount of fatigue. And now I'm looking at it even more. Bear in mind, I'm looking all over you. I'm looking at a wider picture than you can see in the camera. I like it on the wide 5s. I think that looks ace. It looks to me like the radiator shell needs to lean forward a bit, you know, to come parallel with the body. I think that looks really great. Wow, I think that looks ace. Yeah, I think that looks ace. Looks good. It might be that it don't look too high now because it's just high generally, isn't it? Got the hoist in the ceiling. Wow, yeah, high boy. It's a high boy, isn't it? Right. Wow, I feel like I've accomplished something there. I'm not going to bolt the body down because I know that, for instance, I'm going to need to lift it to put rubber, or some sort of something between the body and the chassis. So I need to do that. But I think that looks pretty good. Got to get some glass cut. I can now start moving towards the next phase of the project. Now, what you need to understand is that the next phase of the project is a phase that I've never actually been to before. I did have this chassis as a rolling chassis once before, a few years ago, but I did have this as a rolling chassis. But I've never had it as a rolling chassis with the body on. So things like seats and stuff like that, interior, window winders and stuff. I've got most of the parts. I hope I've got most of the parts. I bought a lot of stuff when I bought the car, but no, I think I've done a good job there today. And with having to move the truck and having to move the coupe and everything else, I think I've done quite well today. Okay, I'm going to give it a rest now, go and have a cup of tea and have a look at my bits of footage that I've recorded. Do a little mini edit on those. Okay, thank you very much for joining me in the garage then. I hope you found that interesting, and I imagine it looked a bit nail biting because I was a bit worried as well, especially when it suddenly kind of leant over further than I expected. Okay, right. Whew. Okay, right, that'll do for now, won't it? I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.